What is going on, family? I am very stoked to get into another request from our good friend Dave today. And today he has got us checking out Jacob Collier and Aurora, A Rock Somewhere, and The Seed near around Greenpeace. So I have little information about what's going on here. Apparently this was done in part of a protest for underwater mining in the area. So it seems that there's like a strong message behind the overall point of this video. So I love the concept of that already, so I'm really excited to check out the song because I'm familiar with a little bit with The Seed now that I've heard it a few times, but I have not heard A Rock Somewhere, I don't believe. So I'm ready to check this out. Oh, wow. That is wild already.
I'm on a rock somewhere. It's the only one I know, and I know it well. Somehow I know you're there.
This song has like a lot of emotion to it, like already, like it's already like a very like sad feel to it, like really coming into it with that just that initial line with I'm on a rock somewhere, and it's like a state of mind, like already, like, you know, it kind of is already painting the picture of like where we're kind of go with that thought process. So I'm like it's got like a lot of emotion and like power behind it already, and it's just so wild to think about like what is happening and like where he is at right now. You know what I mean? Like just on, and how cold it probably is like on his face and fingers right now. It's the first thing I thought of was all of his exposed skin. I was like, that's probably just ripping through him right now. But like, he sounds amazing. Sounds amazing. Like despite the probably the harsh weather conditions right now.
And I'm waiting on the world. I'm ringing the old church bell. See the people come and go, and they go so well. They're counting the coins back there. It's the only thing they know. And even when I'm wide awake, I know that you've been having other dreams for sure. If nothing's ever gonna change at all, I'll be waiting on the world. Only waiting on the world.
I'll be waiting on the world. I'll be waiting on the world. I'll be waiting on the world.
boy. I'm not ready for it. I'm not ready for it. Oh, that is. Oh, she's carrying into it, yo. Oh, that is so hard. That is so fire. I felt like that through like my entire body right there. Oh my god. Especially thank you so much for putting me on the seat first before getting into this, because I feel like that adds so much more to it. I think already like knowing that song coming into it now. His part was just really emotional and moving. I really liked the lyrics in it. It had like a simplicity to it, but like there was just like a lot of like truth behind everything, and a lot of vulnerability. I felt like just a very simple, like direct message. Or like the line where he was talking about like the people sitting back and just counting coins is all they know how to do. I felt that line pretty hard in terms of like the idea of like what's going on with like the protest here, and how we've talked about this a few times on the channel, a lot of times, about how greed really like drives a lot of things, and we will like look other ways and turn blind eyes to certain things because we don't directly see it a lot of times. But I think a lot of people like agree that like a lot of times like we wouldn't want certain things to happen, but the world spins in that kind of way where we a lot of that stuff is kind of hidden from us, so we're not as aware that these things are happening. And I think that's by design. But I think stuff like this is important just to bring up the conversations around some of these things. And even if it takes like a moving video along with like a collaboration of a couple of songs from a few artists to get that conversation like moving and us even thinking about it, I think that's what the art of music is supposed to also help do. And even though I am always wrong about everything that Aurora is writing songs about, it still makes you feel things, and it still makes you think about certain things. And it's not that I don't think that about a lot of some of those things that I think that a lot of times those songs are actually touching on, but I like the fact that they make me think about other things in my life as well. So even though it might be about one said subject, I like the fact that I'm able to know it's about that, but also relate to it in other ways.
Hey oh, hey oh, ah, oh, hey oh, ah, hey oh, hey oh, ah, oh, ah, hey oh, hey oh, ah, oh, hey oh, hey oh, ah, hey oh, hey oh, ah, oh, You cannot eat maniono. You cannot eat maniono. When the last tree has fallen and the rivers are poison, you cannot eat maniono. You cannot eat maniono.
I'm on a rock.
You cannot eat maniono.
On a rock
When the last tree
somewhere.
has fallen and the rivers are poison, you cannot eat maniono.
Get in the coins.
Rock somewhere. Rock somewhere.
I'm on a rock somewhere.
I'm a rock somewhere.
I can't really get over how like well like the well that they're harmonizing and all this. Like it's just like it's kind of just mind blowing. You know what I mean? I feel like I've kind of like come to expect that from Aurora, but I don't really know anything of Jacob Collier that way. But obviously, he is incredibly talented. I haven't heard that Rock Somewhere song before, but I really like it. I think it's really, really moving. And the way that they have blended these two songs together, I think is like just incredibly like chef's kiss. You know what I mean? Like it's a perfect collaboration. Well, that was a pretty like just a very subtle way to like send the message right there, like at the end with the video that way, where you're not even really showing like the complete tears and the horrors of it. I feel like that's a lot of times where when I've seen stuff like this, when you're seeing some of the pushback and the protest in terms of like against some of these things, especially environmentally, a lot of times you're showing the horror of it, like what it can turn into. And a lot of times people don't want to see the shocking thing. And so like they'd rather just not see it at all. So again, they block it out of their mind so that way they don't really have to think about it and do anything about it. I think a lot about that when it came to like when we all decided that we were going to go against plastic straws because a sea turtle had a plastic straw in its nose. And it started to divide everybody's opinions on whether or not that was a dumb idea or a stupid idea. And it's not really about the fact that the turtle had a straw in its nose, I think, today. I think it's really more about the conversation of like just the amount of waste and stuff that we have in our oceans. And what other countries, not only just your country that you live in, but what other countries that you have zero control over, what they do. And that's really the bigger conversation is like, you know, it takes more than just one person and one idea to make any change. And I think that videos like this are supposed to be kind of like a catalyst to project the conversation to the people who need to hear it so that way real change could happen. But there's one thing that there's a few of you guys out there say a lot of times is the people who really need to hear the message are the ones who are never going to hear it. Because they don't want to see the dirty, nasty thing. They don't want to get their hands dirty that way. They just want the result of it. So I think that's really all I got for this one, guys. I like the fact that it made me think about some things. Appreciate the request, Dave. Be kind to a stranger today. Tell somebody that you love them. And if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you.